This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down, and let you know how to navigate. This week, we are celebrating a new moon in Gemini. And wow, is this ever a powerful energy? This is all about communication, thoughts, new beginnings. There's definitely an intensity, and I'm curious to know how you're feeling. So please let me know your word of the day in the comments. Let's get some overall themes and messages. And we have regeneration. Tarragon. This is a number 17 card, which is number 8 in numerology. You know, it's interesting that it says regeneration because this weekend I've been really in a reflective mode. Obviously, I've shared that my cat Jimmy has passed away, and thank you again for all of your kindness and your messages and support. It means the world to me. But I've kind of been just sitting in this energy of change, you know, almost like a new normal. And it's hard, right? It's hard to adjust. But at the same time, it is new energy. We can't fight the shift, as I always say. And we have to see where it takes us, even when it's uncomfortable or we don't like something. Obviously, I'm not happy about this change. Who would be? But I'm also grateful for the time that I had with him. So we're regenerating ourselves right now. Let's take another card to see what we need to know this week. And we have here self-love. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Regeneration and self-love. What do you do for yourself that is considered self-love? Now, it could be anything. I love to take salt baths, and that is my plan after I finish filming this reading, because I find that it helps me relax, detox, sleep better, feel better. It renews me, I guess you could say. It's that regeneration. So, what do you do for self care? I'd love to know in the comments. Now, let's take another message and see what we need to know. And we have here the thinking woman. Well, this doesn't have to necessarily mean gender. It just means that we are in thought mode. And of course, it's Gemini season. It is the new moon in Gemini. So definitely a lot of thoughts are going on. I'm curious, what are you thinking about if you're willing to share? Now, this is a 47 card, which is 11, and 11 is a master number. So maybe we're thinking about brand new beginnings. So, I'm going to put these cards to the side, and if we need them later, we can reference them or go back to them. But we're going to take a look at the energies for each day of the week. So let's start looking at Monday. Celebration. Maybe you love jazz music. I mean, these saxophones are playing a beautiful tune. Looks like there's some lovey vibes here. Interesting. What are we celebrating? Well, even in the darkest times, we can find light. Celebrating life in my case, you know, honoring Jimmy, thinking about him, his memory, just talking about him helps, looking at his pictures and remembering how sweet. Maybe you're in the process of doing the same thing. And as a side note, I just want to mention that many of you have shared your losses with me. You know, many of you have lost a pet recently or a family member, and felt that you could share that with me. And I really appreciate that. And I'm sorry for your loss if you're experiencing something like this, or if you're remembering a loss, you know, or that's something that has come up stronger than usual lately. You know, I don't think it ever leaves us, right? The grief, we just learn to live with it. But celebration, okay, I like that. We should celebrate, right? On Tuesday, we have shadow work. See, with light, there is dark. It's almost like the universe heard me. Um, Night moon. Interesting. I kind of feel like, I know this is random, but I kind of feel like Tuesday or at the beginning of the week, you're going to have this sense of, what do I need to work on? What do I need to improve? What shadow work do I need to do? Now, you're not going to change everything overnight, but what's one small thing you could do right now to take a step in a new direction, to work through the pain or the difficulty or the hurt? On Wednesday, we have your synchronicity. So I think the signs and synchronicities are definitely upping the ante. You might be seeing more angel numbers, hearing more songs. You're being tested. Are you in the old or are you in the new, right? And here we have forgiveness. Now I have a kitty cat that is just about to jump into the reading. I swear it's like she knows. Okay, she's preparing herself. Here she comes. You're either going to do it, Karma. Ah, there she is. Okay, Karma kittens. Yes, thank you, Karma. Um, Interesting that it said full moon and forgiveness. So it's important that we forgive and let go. And remember that forgiveness is not always about another person, right? It's about ourselves. Now, I'm sorry, Karma. We love your antics. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, she's probably going to do many things during this reading to get my attention because this would be typical Karma behavior. Okay, so as we said, forgiveness on Thursday, letting something go. And maybe that's why I just said to you, like, are you in the old? Are you in the new? Are the synchronicities or signs pulling you backwards or are they nudging you forward? And we want to be in new energy, right? We don't want to be in a comfort zone that's not so comfortable or old energy that just doesn't feel good. So maybe there is something to forgive. Now, that doesn't mean you're excusing bad behavior. I want to remind you of something that I always say. It's one thing to allow it, another thing to, oh, pardon me. It's one thing to, I'm going to be distracted by my kitty cat. She's about to come up here again. It's one thing to understand it, right? But I don't have to allow it or accept it. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, she's about to come up here and mess up the cards again. She's relentless, I'm telling you. And you would think that with Jimmy's passing that you would see some grief in the cats. And I don't know. I feel like they have a different level of acceptance than humans. I don't know how many of you have experienced this with your cats, but it's interesting. Pandy and Karma are acting as if everything is normal. And there is definitely a profound loss in the house in the sense of like the dynamic feels off, right? Okay, Karma, I love you. I love you. We love you, but you got to go. You got to go. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't, I can't even move. I can't even move the cards. Okay, kittens, go. Thank you. All right. Back to your regular scheduled programming here. All right. I swear she does this on purpose. Let's take a look at Friday. Focus. See? Focus, Kelly. Focus. Focus on the task at hand. So I'm assuming that was a special message for someone, including myself. On Saturday, here she comes. On Saturday, we have changes. Changes are happening. I don't know how many times in this video this cat is going to do this. And I mean, make a guess at this point in the video, timestamp it. How many times do you think this is going to happen? Okay, there we go. There we go. How many times was that? I don't know, 3? All right, so there are changes that are coming. And on Sunday, we have here meant to be. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you, not to be all cheesy. But remember that everything has a way of working out the way that it's supposed to. And now with this, we have releasing. So that's a sneak peek at the following week. We're working towards releasing a lot of the old so that we can really be in the new. Okay, let's go back to Monday and let's clarify these energies. Celebration. What do we need to know about this celebration? Queen of Pentacles, celebrating our stability. The Queen of Pentacles, she loves nice things, right? She loves her family and home, but she's also generous. She has a balance of bouginess and generosity. So maybe this is about celebrating a gain, maybe even a financial gain in your life. Tuesday, we have the shadow work. Exactly. We're going to move forward and look at these clouds and almost like these shadows in the background. You know, we're going to move past, move through them. You know, we're learning every day of our lives. Till the day we leave this earth, it is a series of lessons. Okay, synchronicity, signs, synchronicities, 4 of Cups. Be careful that you're not over analyzing to the point of missing out on an opportunity or trying to make those signs and synchronicities fit a story that we want. And forgiveness, yeah, the Emperor, you got to move forward. You got to move on. Interesting. Okay. Focus. Ooh. Page of Swords is a bit of spying or observing. Somebody might be focusing on another person, you or them. Who's the one spying or observing? This can also indicate being logical and decisive. So focus on making a decision. Depends on your situation. And there are changes. You've got to make some changes in order to achieve your happiness. 10 of Cups. And meant to be, oh wow, the Lovers. This could be about a deep soul connection that feels like it's meant to be. Gemini energy, a decision in love. And releasing, yeah, we want balance. We're going to release the old so that we can have balance in our day-to-day lives. Okay, let's get a last round of cards here before we close out. Back to Monday, that's stability, that's celebration. You know what's interesting? Oh, there's the kitty cat. Okay, no, we're not going to mess up the cards again, which we're already doing. Okay, keep count of how many times Karma is going to jump into this reading. Let's hope she can contain herself at this point. I highly doubt that. It's interesting. The worry beads tells me that there has been a lot of anxiety lately. And maybe this is an indication that you need more fun in your life, you need more stability. Maybe you're celebrating something that took you out of worry, or maybe you had something on the weekend that made you feel good for a change, you know? Let's take a look at Tuesday, that Chariot moving forward. See, oh, look at the horses. It's interesting how they kind of match these beautiful horses. We want to move ourselves forward. We want to believe in the impossible. We don't want to be delusional, but we certainly want to believe in magic and good things. We have to have hope. We have to have faith. I talk about that all the time. My dad growing up would always say, have faith, and not necessarily in a religious context. He meant it in the sense of have faith in your father, have faith that everything will work out, have faith that you will have that abundance. And I've always lived that way. I do believe it. Now, Wednesday, there's the white rabbit about being curious. Now, 7 could be an angel number that you're seeing. Again, this says spiritual awakening. The signs and synchronicities are basically telling you that it's time. It's time. It's time to forgive. It's time to move forward. And with that, we have here, interesting, the flamingos. This could be moving on from a relationship. This could be moving to the next level in a relationship. I mean, it says soulmates, lovers, union, and that's like a double message here. I do feel like there's got to be this forgiveness of old wounds. It may not even be about the person you're currently with. It could be that old traumas, triggers, and hurts have come to the surface. And sometimes it puts up these walls or barriers that really aren't necessary. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at that focus. Oh, unlikely. Why is it that somebody is doubting what they can have? Now look, 9, and it's right under the worry card. It's almost like somebody's kind of sitting on the sidelines, worried about whether they can have what they want. They're not focused on the positive. There could be a focus on negative thinking or weaknesses. Well, this is telling you to break free. Be a little rebellious. Now, it does say insecure, which means I think that's the energy that's here. But in order to get to your 10 of Cups, your happiness, you've got to break free from old thinking or old ways. Now, that Lover's card, oh, the telephone. Hello. For those of you that don't know, when I was a child, my parents gave me phone lessons. And you know what? I talked about this with my mother recently, and she's like, I don't remember that. And I don't know how she doesn't remember that, because I was always told that if I answered the phone with, like, no enthusiasm, that would be, oh, there's Karma. Oh, she went over the table herself. That would be a bad thing if I answered the phone with no enthusiasm. So I don't know how somehow people don't remember this in my household, because I have the voice that I do because I had to practice answering the phone. But anyways, I digress. This is about connection and communication, two-way street. There's a message coming through. There's definitely something to do with love here. And the last card, the sneak peek at the following week, is, oh my gosh, kiss kitty paws. Okay, there's another half entrance to, how many are we at now? I don't even know. And here we have heart and home, which is so beautiful. Happy home, security, love, balance. and boundaries, something that feels established. Now, I wanted to point out that we have 227799, and 6 is equal giving and receiving and balance. Okay, let's get some final messages here for the week. Some last bit of guidance. Now, if you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. This card wanted to come out, the Rainbow Prince, compensation and perseverance. It's interesting with Jimmy's passing, all I can think about is the Rainbow Bridge. At the same time, the rainbow is healing and perfect timing, and that there is a blessing, right? So I think that we will be getting a blessing for our perseverance, even when times are tough. And with that, we have the cosmos. Yes, creativity, vastness. The universe is working its magic. The word Lord, communication, praise, dishonesty. I don't feel dishonesty here. I think there's communication coming through, and it's right there. Somebody is going to spread the word. They're going to tell you something very important. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing week.